Vamos a pasarla bien. Un pasito sensual, mami, ven. Vamos a pasarla bien. Un pasito, pasito, pasito. Vamos a pasarla bien. Un pasito sensual, mami, ven. Vamos a pasarla bien. Un pasito, pasito, pasito. Vamos a pasarla bien. Un pasito sensual, mami, ven. Vamos a pasarla bien. Un pasito, pasito, pasito. Vamos a pasarla bien. Un pasito sensual, mami, ven. Vamos a pasarla bien. Un pasito, pasito, pasito.
Canta más fuerte. En el corazón canta más fuerte. Canta más fuerte. En el corazón canta más fuerte. Canta más fuerte. En el corazón canta más fuerte. Canta más fuerte. En el corazón canta más fuerte. Canta más fuerte. En el corazón canta más fuerte. Canta más fuerte. En el corazón canta más fuerte. Canta más fuerte. En el corazón canta más fuerte. Que esto no se pare. 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 Que esto no se Venimos al party. Me gusta nice, me gusta party. La música, mami. Lo que he visto de ti no sé, normal. Venimos al party. Me gusta nice, me gusta party. La música,
Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of the SharpSHOOTers. This week we are missing one of our hosts, so it's only two of us. You got Juice, you got Danny. How you feeling this week, Juice? How's everything been?
I'm feeling great. The forbidden door has been opened. It is time, baby.
It
Prohibited portal is out.
It is time. I cannot wait. We are very excited. We will be attending this weekend, so even more reason to be excited since it is in our backyard at UBS Arena. I almost said USB. Unfortunately, our third host, Matt, is not with us tonight. He is celebrating a momentous occasion. Congratulations to Matt going out there for little baby Matt. Cannot wait. Awesome news. Little cheers to our brother.
Little baby sharpshooter in the making. You love to see it.
Matt.
The only thing I will say.
Go ahead.
Go.
No, you go.
I go.
Hopefully, Matt will be back within the next week or two. We are not sure of his status. He's not sure of his status because of the child. What were you gonna say, Juice?
No, I was gonna say if Matt needed a hand with getting their Amazon Prime subscription going, I'm more than willing to help get them a free Twitch sub to the Sharpshooters, which you can also do if you're watching at home. You can use your Amazon Prime account and you can link it to your Twitch account. You get one free sub and you can donate it to us to support us and the stream. Really appreciate it, and I'm sure. Now we got kids. We got kids in the picture.
We do have
need
to
your
feed
support.
Kids. That is very
Think
true.
of the kids. Think of Heath Slater.
No.
Heath Miller.
Think of Matt. Don't think of Heath Slater because we don't want to feed
the
his
kids,
kid. We want
though.
to feed our kid. Well, Matt's kid, not our kid.
Who dat?
Who dat? All right. So I did forget where we landed, Juice, and you tell me because I have one ready if we want. Are we doing a trivia question this week? Since Matt's out for an undisclosed amount of time.
I mean, we can do it for now, but it won't count, I guess, if you want to do it that way.
All right, so since it won't count, then I'll give you a little bit of a trickier one. That's fine.
Yeah.
The big.
Just saying, 'cause then Matt falls even further behind. It's not fair,
I agree. So the next few trivias for the next few weeks, whenever Matt's not here, will be just for fun, just to keep us on our toes. If you guys want to answer at home, please do. This trivia is about the Big Red Machine, Kane. Kane has been in a total of 4 Inferno matches in his career. What is his record? Sorry, something fell near me.
He's either lost all of them or he won one. Just trying to remember what they all are. Because shit. Trying to remember all of them. I'm gonna say he won one. I'm gonna say 1 and 3.
Oof, that is so good. I thought you were gonna go 2 and 2 at least. I thought I was gonna get you there. Yes, 1 and 3 is 100% correct. Very nice job. What was
They count, by the way. They count now.
All right. So as much
What was the
as
one he won?
What
Remember?
I was going to ask
the one
you
that he
because
won?
I think you remember.
Yeah, no, I remember he lost most of them. I just didn't know like all. So I thought he's bound to probably win one, but
I'm going to tell you right now. So Kane defeated MVP. So he lost to the Undertaker twice. Lost to the Undertaker twice. I don't think Falverton liked the MVP one. And then he also lost to Triple H, and then beat MVP at Armageddon.
See, it's fun. So that's funny. I remember the Taker ones and the Triple H one. It was the MVP one I couldn't remember.
You know what?
There you go.
I thought he only faced Undertaker once. I didn't realize he faced him twice. I actually do remember the MVP one because I remember that whole Kennedy, Taker, Kane MVP feud like that was going on at SmackDown at the same time. So I do remember those feuds, but I did not remember that he faced Undertaker twice. So that
Trevor Last says, "Oh God, wasn't that like his boot got caught? What MVP's boot? I guess."
Yeah, because they weren't going to set MVP like actually on fire, so they like got a piece of his clothing. It was really bad. It was so bad.
Oh God.
Oh, right. So that was fun. Okay, so we will be doing trivia questions again. They just won't count until Matt gets back, so no big deal there. So next up tonight, we are doing blind rankings once again. Since we are gonna be without Matt for a little bit, we figure, as always, we'll do a little TNA stuff when Matt's not around. So tonight we're doing TNA blind rankings. Juice, do you want to explain the pool?
Oh, TNA. I thought you meant like, okay, my
I mean,
apologies
if
to
you're
the stream.
showing that, then I gotta show the A, which.
Yeah, no, you're better off showing the A. All right, either way.
That's fair.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing blind rankings. We did this once before. We did it, I believe it was just WWE male wrestlers, and Danny pre-recorded a version of him doing it, and then from there we kind of paused, and then we did. We're trying it a little different this time. It's just me and Danny doing it. I had a list of like 100 names made up, all TNA alumni, male wrestlers, but they're alumni, so some may have snuck through that are back and now in, but we gave our producer the list of 100 names. He put them through a randomizer. We're going to go through two lists of 10, maybe three, depending how quick we go through them. And then we're going to just rank them blindly. We'll pick where we want them, and we only know one at a time. So,
And we'll each
yeah.
be doing our own list, so we're not both
Yes,
going to
yes.
be sharing a list.
Yes, we'll each be doing our own. So I will bring up the screen, I guess, if we're ready.
Producer, are you ready with the... Yep, we are ready.
All right, let me bring that on up. Where are we? This one? Yeah, this one. Okay.
Hold on, I need to click on it. Yeah, there we go. All right, so... Oh, that's how it looks? Oh, I would have formatted differently if it looked like that.
I mean, I made it look smaller to fit on the screen.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna do something then. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. In the meantime, if we can have the producer, I guess, give us the first name, we can kind of.
Producer,
think it
what
over.
is the first name of our blind rank?
Puma.
Who?
Puma.
Puma.
Puma?
Who the hell is Puma, John? Juice? I
I
definitely
was
know
gonna say,
him,
who's-
and I just can't think of it right now.
Wow. Well, yeah. So Puma was slash is T.J. Perkins.
Okay.
It was an
I was
old
gonna say,
gimmick.
I know who Puma is, but
Yeah,
but
it
the
was an
Puma
old- it was an
persona wasn't a memorable one for me in TNA. I'm gonna put that at number 10.
Okay. I'll
Don't show me the list.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, there were some stinkers on this list. I took them off, names I didn't even know. So I tried to do it where it's going to be names we'll both know ish.
Totally fair.
But yeah, Puma. I'll put him at I'll put him at 8. Put him at 8 for
I'm at
me.
8 for you. All right.
Yeah. I like TJ Perkins, even though he's got a little bit of
Yeah, but
attitude.
no, hold on. See, that's the problem though. Are we talking about TJ Perkins or are we talking about Puma? Because TJ Perkins.
Well, we're
is a
talking
couple
about Puma,
different-
but it's just
No,
in-ring
TJ
talent.
Perkins
So
is
I'm
a
gonna-
couple of different personas. So if we're talking about TJ Perkins, I'm going to rank him higher. But if we're talking about the Puma character,
No, it's the Puma character.
okay,
It's still. I'm talking about his in-ring ability. Like he's still the same
just
wrestler. Like,
making sure. All right,
yeah.
number 2. Who's our second blind rank producer?
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall. Oh, terrible. TNA Scott Hall was the worst. I wish I had saved number 10 for him. He is going to number 9.
Yeah, put him at 10 for me.
Yeah. That was the worst Scott Hall version ever, man.
All get progressively.
That was so bad. All right, here we go. Next one.
Trinity.
Trinity. Ooh, Trinity's a good one. Trinity. How high do we want to put Trinity? And for those of you at home, if anyone has an opinion, because some of us, might forget. So if any of you have an opinion on where you want to put some people, let us know. Based on how this list has gone so far, I'm going to have to put Trinity a little bit higher because I don't trust the names on this list now. I'm going to put her at number 6 for myself.
Put her at 4 for me.
4 for Juice.
Yeah. Put her at 4. Let's
All
go.
right. All right. Not too bad so far. Next name, producer.
Kid Cash.
Kid Cash. I love Kid Cash. Low key. TNA Kid Cash was one of the most fun wrestlers, even when he got like a little bit older and he got like a little bit bigger and wasn't as agile, but was still like kicking their shit out of people. Kid Cash was awesome.
Yeah.
Where you putting him? You go first this time. I went first the last 3.
I'm thinking 5, right in the
5 for
middle.
you?
Yeah, I liked them, but like, yeah, I wouldn't put them up there.
4.
Okay.
So you got 5. All right, next name, sir. It's double K, right? Kid Cash, like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
making
it.
sure.
Conan.
Conan.
9.
Legal reasons.
9.
I love it. Wait, just so you know, producer, just because he's never heard Conan before, obviously, so if you've never seen that name before, how are you going to pronounce it? He wrote Conan. Who's Conan? No. That's great. You never. Conan's a weird fucking name if you've never seen it
It's
before.
fair. It's at the 2 ends.
No, the
Put 'em at
2 ends
9.
for sure. I agree. 9 for Juice. No, trust
Put him
me.
at 10
anyone
if
at
I
home
could.
that hears that isn't laughing at you. 8 for
Conan
me.
fucking sucks.
8 for me. He's still better than Scott Hall. No question.
I disagree.
No question. All right, next one.
Piece of shit. Fuck you, Conan.
Ethan Page.
Ooh.
New member, technically. No, sorry. Ethan Page went to NXT. Ha ha ha. Old member. Ethan Page. I like the Ethan Page show. That's going to be a high one.
Give me 3. I'll put him at 3. Just because we're getting to that point where it's like,
I know. I'm afraid.
you don't want to be stuck with another Sheamus at 1 bit.
I'm afraid. I'm gonna put him at 3 also. I like that. I think that's smart. All right, next name. Tessa Blanchard. Tessa. See now this is where it gets weird because like Tessa Blanchard really should be 1 or 2, but depends on your personal feelings about her.
Yeah. Put her at 7. Yeah. It's just, like, I didn't really care for the whole Tessa Sami Callihan feud. I don't know if you were watching during that time.
I was watching it.
No.
I didn't care for it, but I understood the significance of it. I'm gonna put her at 2 just because she did make a pretty big impact in TNA, and I really do think if it wasn't for all the racial shit that came out, that she would be like a big name in AEW.
Yeah,
right now.
you know what though? I think about it though. In the wrestling business, there's enough shitty people in the wrestling business that broke through and came back and did something else.
That's totally
For her to
true.
still be this blackballed years later,
She's a pretty terrible person. That's totally true.
is pretty bad.
Totally true.
That's
Totally
all. But
Alright.
I'm just 7.
Next name.
Perry Saturn.
Oh,
Perry Saturn. I forgot was in TNA. I'm gonna put him at number 7 for myself.
I'll do 6.
I
I can't put him at 1 or 2. I
can't
can't.
put him at 1 or
Granted,
2.
I don't know who's coming, but
This is gonna be
Saturn
crazy.
at that point in his career.
So you have a 1 or a 2 left. I have a 1 and a 5 left, and we got 2
Yep.
names, and I'm so scared. Shannon Moore.
Okay,
Shannon Moore. Fuck.
I like Shannon Moore.
I do like Shannon Moore, but he's on any other list. He's not number 1. But now I got to be careful here. I don't know who.
All right,
that
you know what?
is.
I'm not taking the risk. Put him at 1 for me.
Ah man, do I take the risk?
I'd rather have Moore at 1.
I think I would rather have more at 1, but I'm thinking I'm going to feel a little risky today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Putting more at number 5. What's the last name, producer?
Diamond Dallas.
I meant to put him at number 1.
DDP, he said.
Diamond Dallas Page is my number 1. All-time TNA Alumni.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
This isn't a bad one. I should have put Tessa number 1 like I thought. I really should
No,
have
yeah.
thought.
I'm good with overall. I'm good with it.
Overall,
I would
looking
have
at this
probably.
list, being unbiased, I think Tessa does deserve to be number 1.
Yikes.
Yikes. All right, we were doing it again. Here we go. So I'm gonna delete these names. Actually, I'm gonna
Delete.
put
Delete.
them in a different
Delete.
spot for us to remember later.
Delete.
All right, here we go. Round 2. First name producer.
Whoa.
Norman Smiley.
Norman Smiley.
Uh,
Stormin' Norman. Norman Smiley.
put him at 8. I'll do 8. I don't really know his stuff, and like I know he's done stuff for the industry, so I can respect at least his name enough. But I never really cared for like whatever I did see, but I don't know a lot of it. So yeah, 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave him at 9. I think he was better in WCW than he was in TNA, and TNA, just like a lot of these names, are just at the end. All right, next name.
Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Jerry Lynn, I like that one. Ooh, Jerry.
Give me Lynn
in
at 3.
TNA. Jerry Lynn in TNA. Jerry Lynn in
Yeah, I'll
TNA. I think 4 for me. I'm gonna go with 4 for Jerry
Okay.
Lynn. Next.
Should I do the drum roll? Taya Valkyrie.
Taya Valkyrie. That's a good
Okay.
one. I like that. I think that's my number 3. How do you spell Taya again?
I'll put her at 4. I like her, but I can't put 1 or 2, not knowing who's coming, obviously. But I do. I like Taya. She's got that like. You're meant to hate her. I feel like she's got easy heel to hate. That's a compliment.
Yeah,
Like, I actually do like her,
I
but
agree.
No
Yeah.
E next to Y.
No E next to Y.
KY.
Got it. All right. Sorry, you said 4, right?
yeah, 4.
Sorry, juice. All right, next name.
Ken Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock.
Yes,
That's a good name.
put him at 2. Let's go.
That's a good name. I think I put him at 1.
Wow.
I think I put him at 1. I don't take the risk. First NWA TNA champion, whatever you want to call him. I think I put him at 1. Next.
All right. Yeah, I'm digging it.
This is much better than last time.
Shannon Moore.
Shannon Moore again. Shannon Moore again. Put him at 2. Is he topping Juice's list for the second list in a row?
I'm tempted to, but I'm gonna go 5 now that I have a chance. I'm gonna play it out.
All right, next one.
I actually do like Shannon, but
Huh?
W. Morrissey.
Oh, W. Morrissey. Next name.
Oh,
W. Morrissey.
Big Bill.
Former Big
the
Bill.
Redwood.
What do you put him at?
I'll do 6. I'm still liking these names overall. Like,
How do you spell Morrissey?
you know what? No, put him at 7. 7.
MORRISEY.
All right, I'm going to put him at 8. Next name.
Blake Christian.
Blake Christian?
Blake.
Oh, Blake Christian.
Blake Christian. Why can't I think of that name?
He's been in Ring of Honor lately, and he's something. He was the one who used to date Cora Jade. He's got like the red hair. and
Yeah. I'm
freckles
gonna
and
put
shit.
him. I'm gonna put him at 10.
Yeah, I'll put him at 6.
First name I really didn't know, so I'll put him at 10. All right.
I'm leaving the
here we go.
extremes open here. This is dangerous.
I was gonna say you're in much more dangerous territory than I am this round.
Ah!
Zach Gowen.
Zach Gowen. Oh, what a Hall of Famer. Zach Gowen, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. He should be number 1 on your list, Juice. This is a travesty.
Put him at 9. Put him at 9.
And what's the TNA spelling, with an H or without an H for Zach?
H.
H, and then Gowan. Gowan. Yeah.
I think it's Ian.
No, it's AN, he said.
Is it? I thought it was E. Well,
Gotcha. All right, he's number 7 for me. All right, your 2 extremes, 1 and 10. And my 2 middles. Here we go.
oh jeez.
Sean Morley.
Oh, fucking Val Venus.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Yeah, put him at 10.
Yeah, he's got to be number 10.
Yeah, I gotta take the gamble here. I can't put fucking Val
Oh
Venus
my god.
post
I cannot-
WWE.
I cannot wait to see who your number 1 is. He's my number 6. Here's Juice's number 1. Who we got?
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. Yes.
I'm okay.
That's okay.
I'm all right.
That's
I'm all right with
that's
that.
not a bad number 1 for the TNA version of all the old timers you could have gotten. This is a much
It's not
different
bad.
list. Much different list than last time. Very interesting.
I like both. I like both the lists.
Do we want to do one
Good.
more?
I don't mind. Depends how you feel with time.
Yeah, we got pretty good time. I don't think the match review is gonna take us too crazy, so let's do one
All
more.
right. Two
All
for
right,
two so
producer.
far.
2 for 2.
I like both these. No, I do. I like both the lists. I don't feel any, you
They're
know,
very
like, oh, I
different.
fucked up.
I did enjoy them. All right, here we go.
Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong, starting off great.
One.
That's your
One.
number 1.
Put him in.
That was this number 1 too.
Oh
Who knows? That could be the
my
best we
God.
get, Danny.
I put him at number 2. I gotta save that number 1 for a little bit later. It's too early for a number 1 like that.
One.
Next name.
Juice is just gonna go down the list. Perry Saturn.
Perry Saturn shows up again. Perry
And-
Saturn making a strong return.
You know what? No, 9. Put him at 9.
No, he's my number 10. Actually,
I'm leaving room.
no, you're right. You're right. Too early again. Let's put a number 9.
Because I liked Perry Saturn. Just he wasn't like up there, but
Not TNA version
Yeah.
Perry Saturn.
I
Next
mean,
one.
some respect.
Low Key.
Low Key.
2.
Right up there.
I love Low Key. He's got an attitude problem, but I love him.
No, Low Key was dope. I really like Low Key a lot.
Yeah, he's great.
All right, next one.
Taya Valkyrie.
Taya Valkyrie making a return.
Oh. 5.
5?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put her at 7. I'm gonna put her a little lower this time. I think we're gonna get some names this time. All right, next one.
Vampiro.
Vampiro. Let's go. I told you we were getting names this round.
Yeah, that's a 10 for me. I can't stand Vampiro.
That is an 8 for me.
I can't stand him.
10 for Juice. Next name.
Lance Hoyt.
Lance Hoyt.
AKA Lance Archer, for those of you that do not know.
I did like Lance Hoyt in TNA. Or Lance Archer.
Yeah, he was doing all the stuff with Jimmy Rave and shit.
Mhm. I'm going to put him at 5.
I'll do 4.
Upward mid.
All right.
Alex Shelley.
Alex Shelley. That's a good one.
This list is great. You put him at 3.
That's
This is
a
easy.
good
Easy.
one.
This is easy peasy.
Alex Shelley. Now do I put him at 1? Are we going to get better than Alex Shelley? Oh, man.
Oh,
we're gonna get better
Look at that
than
top
Alex
3. That's
Shelley.
beautiful.
Oof.
Chef's kiss. In love.
I think we are going to get someone better than Alex Shelley. I'm going to put him at number 4. I'm going to take the risk.
I mean, what,
Yeah,
3 names
risky.
left? I don't know, man.
I know, I'm getting risky. Here we go.
Carl Anderson.
Carl Anderson, baby, number 6.
All right, yeah, 6. He's not bad. I like Carl.
All right, now my 2 extremes left, 1 and 10, and you have 7 and 8. Here we go.
Tessa Blanchard.
Tessa Blanchard, what'd I say? What'd I say about
Wow.
Tessa? Where did she
Wow.
belong the first time around?
Yeah, I'll go 8.
I gotta put her number 1. I can't take the chance.
All right, let's see who you put at the very bottom.
And who's number 10?
Al Snow.
Al Snow. I
You know
don't
what?
mind.
And I'm good with Al at 7.
Yeah, I don't mind Al Snow at 10. I don't think
3
he
for
was
3.
a big
Great
wrestler.
list. Let's
That was
go.
great. That was awesome. I haven't done that in a while. That was really fun. Some of these names are throwbacks. I haven't thought about some of these names in TNA in such a long time. That was great. Great stuff. Good stuff. All right. So, moving on. Our next segment, let me get out of this stream. I don't want to see that anymore. Our next segment. Actually, Juice, you explain our next segment. It was your idea.
Sure, only because you asked so nicely. So, this segment, we don't have a cute name for it yet, but it's basically match reviews based on our recommendations to our co-host. So, if it's it could be a match that we think they've never seen. It's a match that we hated and we want them to experience. It's a match that we loved and we want them to experience. It's any and all of the above. It could be whatever you want it to be. It could be a match they've even seen before. There's no guidelines here. The only thing we try to make is where it's accessible via YouTube or Peacock, legal means, just to do our best and go about the right way. So once we have Matt back, we'll do all three of us exchanging. But for right now, it was Danny and I exchanging. So I'll share first my match. The match that I recommended to Danny to watch was Bryan Danielson versus Kenta at Glory by Honor 5, Night 2, back in 2006 at the Manhattan Center. So the reason I picked this one, I was there for this match. I was about a year in Ring of Honor at this point. It's honestly probably my favorite match of all time. I mean, being there live, experiencing that.
I saw you in the crowd.
Yeah. All right, you hear me?
Yeah,
What?
I said I saw you in the crowd. I'm just kidding, though.
Yeah. Honestly, I was going to tell you to look for me because you see me. I'm in the video at certain
That's so
points.
funny.
I was like third row on the floor, like when Danielson does the big jump into the crowd.
That was my
I'm
favorite spot.
I'm like a few people to the right of it.
That's
Like
awesome.
I was right there. It was, yeah. So that's why I suggested. I have more I can throw in and add later, but
No, let's do each
were your
match at a
thoughts?
time. So yeah. So I loved it. And I knew I was in love with it the second I saw the two wrestlers. I was like, this is a match made in heaven. Kenta,
You hadn't seen it before.
never seen it before.
Okay.
I remember Kenta from NXT, huge NXT. I love that whole him and Finn Balor against the Ascension stuff. That was all great. Technical like masterpiece, and I wish I knew more about I didn't need to know more about it, but just because I'm a wrestling fan, I want to know more about like the shoulder injury and like why he came into the match. But they were doing a pretty good job explaining it throughout like the whole way, how he was given the opportunity to, and he just still wants to wrestle, yada yada yada. So that was great. Like I said, I think my favorite spot, just because he got so deep into the crowd, was that dive. That was awesome. He got like literally 3 or 4 rows deep into the crowd. So that was so sick. And they got me on the false finish. I really did think Kenta was going to win at the end there when when he was like about to tap. Then it was the go to sleep, the first one or the last one he did when he got the foot on the rope as the 3 count was coming down. I was literally almost fell on my chair. I was like, oh my God. Like I knew this match is so old. I know what's going to happen. And like still I fell for it. It was fantastic. No, but that was a really, really good match. I liked it a lot.
Good. I'm glad. The thing is, like, with that false finish, like, I didn't like him, but he was good at doing certain things. Todd Sinclair, the referee, like, he always used to do fast counts. He counted very fast. And that's what made that, like, those false finishes go crazy because it was just so quick. You had no time to, like, go with the 1, 2. It was just bam, bam, and the kick out. So that definitely helped accentuate that moment. But yeah, like you said, they kind of talked about it the month before that. Danielson fought Colt Cabana in Chicago and fucked up his shoulder there. And that's kind of what led into the shoulder injury here. And this was like around 1 year since he won the belt the first time. So he was coming up on a year. I was going to look it up and I didn't. I forget if at this point, if Homicide had the title shot in line for Final Battle, like later that year.
They hadn't mentioned it the whole match. Like Homicide's name wasn't mentioned
Yeah.
once, so I don't think so.
Everyone kind of assumed he was going to win it eventually, but I don't think anyone knew when yet. So like, I don't know if like that kind of played into where everyone kind of thought, oh, Danielson will probably still hold on to it, but it was different back then. Like, it didn't really hit me until I was watching it and thinking about it with social media. Like, if you weren't there live or you didn't buy the DVD like months later, you never saw that match.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't on a streaming service. You couldn't buy a pay-per-view. Like, it wasn't on YouTube like it is now. Like, it wasn't just up there for years. Like, that was the only way to go see matches like this. And like, you just went off word of mouth. And like, it was just crazy shit when you think about it. Like, because I mean, Twitter wasn't really, I think, a thing that much yet in 06. Facebook was just like 2 years old.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, there was nowhere to really talk about it besides like a message board or a forum. I just love how every hit, it was like they were like fucking hitting. Like, nothing was held back.
You heard the I mean, just each shoulder kick, just the thud and the smack was like vicious.
It was nuts,
No
man.
other
And
way
like,
to
it's
say
just,
it. It was so good.
I miss, like, I mean, Danielson's still Danielson. He's still one of the best ever. But like, I miss like that full like prick attitude where you just did not give a shit. Like, at least now he's a little bit more humble and he smiles and he does the yes and he's playing to the fans. Back then he was just total uber dickhead mode with the bald head, the smug face.
I was gonna say,
I
and because I never saw it before WWE, I now realize that bald head Danielson is the best heel ever. Because when he was bald in WWE, when he got the little shaved head, he was such an asshole heel. It was great. Haven't really seen it since then. And then when I was watching the match, I was just like, oh man, like this is where it originated. This is awesome. Like, this is where I see the origin of bald heel Danielson. This is great.
Yeah, it was great. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad
No,
you
I
enjoyed
really
it.
enjoyed it.
And like, it's just funny because I rewatched it too, leading up to this week. And like, you just, it's funny how you see like the formula for like them getting that from like ECW and Pro Wrestling Noah, and then how that kind of was like with New Japan, like just how it all evolves into like what AEW kind of is now, like how that's like an AEW match almost like in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was such a foreign thing at the time that you just did not see on TV. It was just crazy. I loved it. I'm glad you loved it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, I liked it a lot. It was great.
Good.
My match for Juice was a little different as far as choosing wise. I didn't choose one of my favorites of all time. I decided to go a different route. I wanted Juice to experience some WCW since I never realized he never really did. And we're fresh off the heels of the greatest of all time tag team tournament. So I figure let's combine those two babies and give him probably one of the better tag team matches of that like 97 through 99 era where, you know, the Attitude, WCW versus WWF. So I gave him Harlem Heat versus the Outsiders at Halloween Havoc, I believe 98? 6. I thought, I didn't want to say 96. Yeah, so really, this is real early on in the Outsiders run. This is when WCW is really trying to defend themselves against them. Harlem Heat's one of the hottest tag teams in WCW at this point, so this is really Booker T like on a good run. And the Outsiders are, like I said, are just taking over, so you really got to see like right in the beginning of the takeover, kind of.
I was gonna say, I hope I didn't fight at 98 and you mixed up your years and I watched the wrong match. But we'll give this a shot.
I thought 96 was too early when I said it. I was like, no, perfect. All right, good.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of answered one or two questions for me already that I had, but so at this point, the NWO was what, 2 months old? How new is it at this point?
Well, NWO, Scott Hall, I think they debuted early. No, they're like deep into like 6 or 7 months because they already did Bash at the Beach, and Bash at the Beach is when Hogan debuted, and Bash at the Beach is usually in July. Halloween Havoc's obviously towards like October, November, so
it was like 3 months then.
After the Hogan debut, remember?
Yeah. That's kind of that's how I.
Gotcha,
so like, was the NWO a thing before Hogan?
Well, it was the Outsiders before Hogan. Like, there was still like 2 months of it leading up to it, so I still kind of count those extra 2 months.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, so it was a good match. I mean, it didn't blow me away, but it was nice. I mean, I didn't hate it. It wasn't a shit show or anything like that. Decent tag match. I was a little confused because obviously, again, back then, again, NWO, they're the cool guys, and everyone liked the cool guys. But like they were booing Harlem Heat, and I was like, I feel like they're the babies here, right? Like they were the baby faces, and outsiders were the heels. But like the crowd was being NWO cool, and they just kind of flipped it and just cheered for them. So that was a little weird, but I understood why.
Literally, I don't think you went to any arena at that point, and the
Yeah.
NWO was not cheered. No matter, even if they faced Sting, even if they faced Savage, it didn't matter. Like the NWO was just cheered wherever they went. It was pretty ridiculous.
I have a question. I need you to help explain for me though.
Okay.
Who is Colonel Parker? What is this? Why is Harlem Heat walking out with a slave owner?
It's
It completely
pretty self-explanatory. That's how the group first got introduced, was with Colonel Parker. This was before Sensational Sherry kind of took over, and they were more badass. They were kind of more, because this is Southern wrestling, so that's how
like they
were.
debuted with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I
I'm
saw him come out.
pretty-
Who the fuck?
I could be making this up, but I'm pretty sure their initial debut also like involved chains and shit. like
Chain? Like
yeah, like they were
chains?
chained up.
Well, now wasn't Booker GI Bro before this?
Yes.
Or is that something different?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Um, Tag belts are tiny. They're small.
The WCW tag belts were very tiny. I was wondering if you noticed that. I don't know.
Like
if you
at
ever
first,
really
I was
looked
like,
at
all right,
that.
maybe it's just because Nash is big and he's holding him.
You
but
never
like,
noticed
just-
that during the invasion?
I had not really. I didn't really. I don't know. I didn't put too much thought into it then.
Yeah,
At that point, I was
they're
still
very
like,
small belts. Really,
yeah.
the only big belt
Um,
was no. The U.S. belt was pretty big too, but the WCW big gold belt was pretty much the only big one.
Also, I noticed. I don't know if you know what happened. It was probably just a fight in the crowd or someone got arrested. But like the first like 2 minute or two of the match, nobody was even paying attention. Everybody was looking at something happening in the crowd,
That's
and like the wrestlers didn't even stop. They just kept chain wrestling.
most
and
likely what happened. That is most likely.
I
What
didn't. Okay, I
happened.
didn't know if like you knew like an infamous thing happened or something.
No, nothing like that. Ooh, that's a good
Okay,
idea though. Maybe the next one I choose is like an infamous moment.
No. All and Booker were good. It was nice to see them like young and kind of moving, doing their thing.
Yeah, that was still Hall
Um,
'96, so that was technically when he was like at his peak, supposedly.
Yeah, they were like the quicker technical guys, while like Nash and then Stevie kind of doing the bigger stuff. So I liked when Hall and Booker were touching. That was fun to watch. It was weird seeing Booker do the scissor kick without a spinneroonie like immediately after. They're so like programmed to like, oh, now this comes and now this comes, and
I
they
don't
just
think Booker started doing the spinner Rooney until he became like a singles wrestler. I don't think he did it when he was a tag team guy.
Okay. So watching this though did give me a revelation of something we need back in professional wrestling though.
Okay.
We need more dweeb referees wearing the stupid ass bow ties and the button up shirts. Like throw Rick Knox in a bow tie and let him walk around like the loser that he is. That's what we need. Less zebras, more bow tie wearing.
I like it.
That's what I want. We haven't.
That
We need
sounds
more
good.
of that. Oh,
I'm down for that.
what else we got here?
Oh.
I love the cheap pop for him kissing Sherry. You can never, oh, you kiss the girl and everyone goes nuts. It's always fun.
Mhm.
And then the king spot, like when he hit him with the cane at the end, he laid there for like 2 whole minutes before he turned over and did the pinfall. Like it was so weird. Like not that like it had to be like bang bang.
Foreign
but,
objects
like,
back then actually hurt. When,
no. I'm talking about the guy that like didn't get hit. Who was Stevie got hit. So
yeah.
Stevie got hit, and Hall just laid there, and they just laid there. And the referee was like, "What's going on?" And then he turned over. I was like, "All right, get to your finish." Like it was just
I really think he just like took too long on that. But back then they
Yeah.
also weren't like as tight with that stuff, so he was probably like, let's let this really like let's let the crowd really eat this up and blah 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 blah. Blah.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
that's
sweet.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Yeah, no,
that's
I liked it. It was, it was nice to watch. I saw afterwards was Hogan versus Savage. I was like, I'm not watching this. I just stopped.
no, and honestly, that's the kind of that's what I was hoping for. It wasn't a barn burner by any means, especially WCW wrestling was what like unless it's a cruiserweight match or something, you're not really gonna see that. But story wise, it was pretty good for the invasion angle. Like I said, NWO had just finished really coming off the 3-man thing, so like they're in full force. They're really trying to fight off NWO, so they got a lot of WCW stalwarts, whatever.
Mhm.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So so sweet. No, I'm glad you liked it a lot. That's awesome, and I like this. I think
Yeah.
choosing matches we haven't seen and like for different reasons, I think that's gonna be really interesting. And then when we get Matt back in, honestly, when we get Matt back in, we're gonna have so much to choose from for Matt.
Oh God, yeah. No, and it's really cool. And I promise you, all my matches, as much as I want them to be, all my matches won't be 35 minutes like long.
I don't mind it.
I'll find ones.
As long as there
yeah.
are matches like that, I don't mind it. If it's a bad match,
Oh, yeah,
then
no, of
please
course.
don't.
Of course. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's
so
cool, though.
before we get to predictions, we're gonna take a quick break. Please don't go anywhere. During the break, if you guys have some time, send us a subscription. If you have Amazon Prime, it is free for you. Just go to gaming.amazon.com or click the link below, and you can get to all our streaming sites and subscribe. That would really help us out. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. We're gonna hit a quick commercial break.
Yeet.
Soon. At some point. And bye.
Venimos al party. Me gusta nice, me gusta party. La música, mami. Lo que he visto de ti no sé, normal. Venimos al party.
Do you see me?
Now we're
I don't
on.
see me. Yeah, I see me.
Now we're on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a little good break. Hope you subscribed during the break. I know you didn't, but hopefully you will when you get the time later. We will now be doing our usual predictions. Forbidden Door is this weekend at UBS Arena. Myself, Juice, we will be there live. Producer will be there live. Very excited for this card. It's shaping up to be one hell of a card. If you want to pull it up for them, Juice, let's get started.
Only because you asked so nicely. But before we do, I do have some news I want to share with you and the rest of the stream. Back in December, I applied for media credentials for World's
No,
End.
you didn't. Shut up. We're not doing this
For
again.
Yes, I did. For World's End, I did. Wait, you really don't believe me?
No. We did this already. You didn't get it last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm here to share with you all that for Forbidden Door, I have once again reached out for media credentials to attend the AEW Media Scrum. And I'm here today to share with all of you that I have once again been denied. And it's unfortunate. It hurts. One day, I will break through and I will attend a media scrum and report on the ins and outs of the Long Island wrestling scene on behalf of AEW.
Again, been denied.
I have no ill will towards Tony Khan or the AEW media team for their decision. I respect their choice for limited passes. But I hope that
This sounds like that sounds like a Nicholas and Matthew decision. I think the EVP.
I do hope my
decided
journalistic
champion.
integrity can shoot through in the coming months. And the next time you guys are in town, I can maybe get an opportunity. Thank you.
They see the way that you
Predictions
talk about
time.
Rey Mysterio. That's why.
All right, moving on to predictions now. Pull the dagger out of my heart. Okay.
So right now we have 12 matches slated for this Sunday.
Yes.
Can you zoom in? Juicy boy. I would just go to 90 or 100. A little more. A little more. Yeah, there we go. Now we can see some names.
All right. I just want to get more on screen. That's fine.
No, I know, but then it's too small. I don't think they can see the names. Like, I'm looking at our screen up there, and, like, now it looks pretty good. All right, cool. So, since Matt's not here, he already gave us his choices, so his choices are already put in. Myself and Juice will be doing our choices tonight. Up above, for those of you that cannot see, is our overall record up until this point. Matt is sitting at a nice 98 and 68. And I want to say, I know we joke every week about it, but Matt, I would say like halfway through this, was at 500. So Matt's made a huge increase since being at 500, all the way up to 98, 68. He's 30 games over. Good for him. Just want to put that out there.
I don't know. He could be better.
Well, if he wasn't at 500 for the first half, yeah, he would have been better. I'm at 127 and 39, and Juice is at 123 and 43. So only a slight lead over Juice. We'll see how this 12-match card shapes up for us. Starting with Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi. I think I said that right.
What'd you say?
Shingo Takagi?
Nope.
Damn. How do you say
It's
it?
Shingo Takagi. No
Oh,
G.
Not
Takagi.
totally off the way you were like, nope. I was like, damn, I butchered it.
I was just saying nope. That's all.
One
You're
little
close.
syllable. All right.
You've
Not
done worse. You've done worse.
I've done for sure worse.
Yeah.
All right. I think for me, this is a nice, easy one. You're going to put Bryan Danielson over. It's the first round of the Owen Hart Classic. I don't see him losing. That's my pick.
Yeah, I'm going Danielson as well. I think he is definitely going to win. I'm excited as hell that he's on the show. And can I just say right off the bat, up front, I am geeked out as all hell for this show. I think it's going to be amazing. It is probably the most solid overall card that I'm going into to see. since probably the first Grand Slam. I just
Also,
think it's really cool.
also want to say that since I think last week we had mentioned it on the show, and then we had texted afterward about how like there weren't a lot of international wrestlers on the card, and I think since last week they've really increased the number of international wrestlers on the card to like really bring it back up to what it should be. It's still not what I would like in terms of some matches, but overall still pretty dope the way they've done it.
Yeah, once the card is like final, I'll do the math again. But last week when I was doing the math, like it was only like a third of the number of the last 2 years, so it was
Yeah.
really rough. So even with these added names, I still think it's definitely less than the last 2 years.
It is, and I still think they're going to add like one or two because I think the learning tree they need to fill in the spot now. So I think that's going to be someone from New Japan or something.
Well, they're still here on the list. I don't know.
No, they need to fill in the third member for their team.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, I think that might be someone from New Japan if that stays. And also, they're probably going to add one more match. They usually do 12 to 13, so I wouldn't be surprised if they added a 13th match. All right, next match. We have the returning MJF, the Wolf of AEW, as he is now being called, versus, here we go, going to mess this one up too, Hi Sirico. That one I didn't even really try, I'm not going to lie. How do you pronounce this guy's name?
Wait,
Hishirisu?
you not watch every week?
I honestly haven't listened to the way they pronounce his name. I've just been watching the feud.
It's MJF versus Hechicero.
Hechicero, there we go. That seems a lot easier.
Oh my god.
I'm going to go with MJF on this one.
Yeah, it's the hometown guy. So yeah, I think it'll be a fun enough match. But I gotta say, I like MJF, and I know I come off as a semi-hater, but if he comes out to another like 3-minute long
He's
intro
going to.
video before this like entrance, like come on, man.
Let it go.
Just no.
He's going
Come
to.
on. All right.
I
had to get it off my
chest. I'm
chest.
just warning you, he's
No.
going to. I'm just letting you know. WWE, that killed it.
What?
See, even Keverlass played WWE, that killed him.
Yeah, it'll kill me.
All right, next match. I want to hear your take on this now. Learning Tree versus Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata.
Yeah, so this was weird. Very weird last night. What'd you say?
I was gonna say last night confused the shit out of me, but I like it.
I do too, but like I just don't know where they're going for sure yet. Now here's the thing, I don't know if you know this, but they taped Collision last night.
I didn't see
So,
the tapings.
I won't spoil it for you or our viewers.
Good.
But I did read the spoilers, so I know
Damn.
kind of where they're going, but after reading it, it only confused me a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie.
So cool. So then I'll give you what I think they only have one or two choices that I think they're gonna do, assuming that they're using what's his face from last night? I'm already gonna mess up his name too.
Minoru Suzuki.
Thank you, Suzuki. So either Suzuki teams up with the Learning Tree with the caveat that he gets a title shot if he helps them win, or Suzuki and Jericho have a match and then Jericho has a second match that night, but that doesn't make sense to me. Or either of those along the lines of what you saw.
No,
That's crazy.
being honest.
Damn.
That's why I was left even more confused. I was like, okay.
No idea then. All right. So, with your knowledge of Collision, who do you choose?
This one I might change as we get closer, but I'm gonna go with the Learning Tree.
But you already know what's going to happen when we get closer.
Yeah, but I'm still. If you read the spoilers or when you watch,
I'm gonna wait
unless
to
they
watch.
announce what the match is, what?
I'm gonna wait to watch just to really be
So-
confused in person.
Unless we know by the end of Collision what the match. Once I know what the match is gonna be for sure, I can pick more confidently.
No, that makes
But
complete sense. That makes
right
complete
now,
sense.
based on what I know, I'm going with the learning tree. But
Based on
yeah,
what
I
I
don't
know,
know.
I gotta go Joe Hook Shibata. It doesn't make sense. 3-on-2. We'll find out how I changed that after Saturday.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
All right.
I like it.
IWGP.
I
What
like
happened?
it, but
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I like it. I'm just, like, I'm intrigued. And I think Jericho has me kind of back on a little bit with the learning tree stuff now that he's not doing, like, interacting with
still
non
do.
wrestling people, but it's still 50-50 for me. Moving
All
on.
right, next match.
IWGP World Heavyweight Title match. The champion John Moxley facing against Naito. That's
What's
right.
the first name?
I'm not going to even pretend to try.
Come on,
Tetsuya.
try it. Close. Close.
Tetsuya.
Tetsuya Naito.
Yeah, Tetsuya. I don't know why I added the extra syllable. Tetsuya Naito. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You know more about Naito than I do. Where you think this is going?
Sure. So if I recall, Mox won it back in April in Chicago, from Naito, and since then they haven't really like touched or anything, but they've been talking shit, blah blah blah, back and forth. And recently on one of the New Japan shows, so the G1 Climax is coming up. If you're not familiar with the G1 Climax, it is a round robin tournament that's going to be starting next month and going for like a month or two. And the winner of that challenges for the world title at their Wrestle Kingdom in January. Now, usually, sometimes the champion is in the G1, and if they win it, then they get to pick who they fight. Sometimes they're not. So Naito is currently in it. Mox is not. Now, Naito, though, said last week on New Japan TV or pay per view or whatever that if he loses to Moxley, he is forfeiting his spot in the G1 and giving it to Mox.
Interesting.
So that basically, if I can't beat him here, I don't deserve to be in the G1 to win a title shot. Mox can have my spot as champion. Now, that makes me think I don't see Moxley going off AEW TV for 2 months to do the G1 and then come back right before All In. Could they do it? Sure. It just I don't know. So I'm going with Naito to get the belt back here. I know that was a long way around, but I figured it's good to give context to you and our
No,
audience.
for sure.
Because a lot of people don't know that part. I don't even think it was said on TV last night.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah, I'm going Naito to win.
Interesting. I was gonna go Naito just because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of AEW winners here, and they gotta give something back to New Japan and stuff like that. So I figured this would be a good one because Mox doesn't need to keep the championship, and they've had such a great battle in the past and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with Naito too, just for that reason. But all the G1 stuff kind of reinforced that thinking. So
yeah, I had Naito before that too, and then that announcement kind of like you said, solidified it. So
this to me might be one of my hardest matches to pick. Zack Sabre Jr. versus my current favorite wrestler, Orange Cassidy.
he was great on commentary last night. He did not give a shit.
It was so funny listening to him on commentary.
I don't know how much was in character or how much was just him like
just like I don't know what's happening right now. They're like that's what you want to hear. I hear commentating.
Yeah, he did not care at all. Oh man, that match was great though. Sabre and O'Reilly, that was awesome.
I was waiting for that match the whole night or the whole time I was watching.
Very good.
I was so excited.
Very well done. So who you going with? What do you think?
Ah man. See, Orange won last year. I wonder. I don't think they're gonna give it to him 2 years in a row. So I think.
Well, wasn't that 4-way 2 years ago? That wasn't last year, was it?
No, didn't they go 1-on-1 last year?
Oh no! 2 years ago was Sabre Claudio. Last year it was a 4-way. This is the first time they're ever going. This is the first time they're ever going 1-on-1.
That's right. It is the 4-way. Oh shit! That does change it then. Fuck. No, I'm gonna stick with Zack Sabre Jr. As much as I want to see Orange get the win,
Mhm.
I just feel like they're gonna give it to Zack. I think he's gonna just yeah. Orange can afford the loss right now. He's kind of on a losing streak with the whole thing going on with the Callis family and losing the best friends and stuff. So with his little downward trajectory and not having a lot of backup like he was saying, I think I'm gonna stick with Sabre.
Yeah, they were Callis family oddly quiet and missing this week.
Didn't
I think on
understand it.
purpose. But
I know they did it because they were hyping up Forbidden Door, and Callis family really isn't part of that match in Forbidden Door, but still them having like no presence when he was being surrounded by a bunch of people just felt odd. Like that's when you would take advantage of that, I feel like.
yeah, and we'll get to it more later. But I think Callis family is more involved with Forbidden Door than we're thinking. But we'll get to that
No,
later.
no, no. I'm saying they are just not specifically in the Orange
okay.
Cassidy match. So I think that's why like they weren't involved in that segment, but that's still kind of foolish to me. But that's just me.
Yeah, and I popped big time for Ishii last night because after last night, Ishii is the last person on my he was the last person on my wish list to see it Forbidden Door. As of right now, he's not on the show, but he's clearly in town, so I'm hoping they get him on the show. Because yeah, he's the last one on my list that I've never seen before. Want to
He's
see
the
live,
Learning
so
Trees tattoo partner.
no comment. So I'm gonna go with Zack Sabre Jr. as well at the moment. Yeah, I think Sabre should win here.
All right.
We'll see.
Another big match.
Do I need to scroll or you
AEW.
got it?
What happened?
Do I need to scroll or you?
You need to scroll.
Okay.
AEW Women's World Title match. Toni Storm versus Mina Shirakawa. She is so entertaining. I haven't really seen her before. She's been coming to all this stuff in AEW and stuff, but very entertaining. I feel like I say this every time, but like the Japanese women wrestlers specifically, I find so much more entertaining than the male ones. I don't know why, but something with their personality and stuff and the way they just carry themselves, like her, Asuka, even Kairi Sane and stuff like that. Like I just find them very entertaining characters and in-ring workers, so I'm really happy with her. With all that being,
You know what?
go ahead.
I may get some flack for this, and I mean it with all due respect. I think she's a great talent in the ring. I think she's awesome. I'm a fan of her work. But with the way wrestling's been the last 15 years, sometimes you just need a female wrestler in the ring shaking her titties. That's all you need for fans to get into her. She just comes out. She just hey, what's up? Just starts shaking them.
That's still a personality of people. That it's different when it's not every female wrestler on your roster doing the same personality. So that's
and again,
I don't think you're
all
wrong.
due respect, she's doing it. She knows it sells. So I'm just saying, God bless.
I don't think
That's
you're
all.
wrong. All right. With that being said, who you picking?
Yeah, Tony's retaining.
I don't see how.
Maybe
I don't see how she doesn't.
it's going to be a great match, but we'll get to it later. But I think there's a different story going on here. Obviously, bigger picture. Yeah, I don't see Mina winning it. Even though Mina did cut a promo after Dynamite saying if she won, she's going to stick around AEW full time. But I don't think it's happening.
I don't think they also need her to stick around full time. Plus, just the story of the tug of war with her and Mariah May is going to be so much fun during the match itself. So that's going to be great. Next up, sticking with the women, we have a double title match. The AEW TBS title and New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's title. Mercedes Moné versus Stephanie, how do you say her last name? Vaker?
Vacker.
All right.
Vacker.
I'll go first. I'm going to go with Mercedes. I feel like we just got her. She just won the belt. They're not going to take that off her anytime soon.
Yeah, Mercedes as well. Same. It'll be, again, those two women's matches are going to be awesome, but I can't see either title changing.
Yeah, no, so. I don't either. It's too early for Mercedes, and it's just not the right story for Tony.
Yep.
Not the right ending. All right. Ladder match for the vacant AWTNT Championship. We got, every week I listen to this wrestler. I watch him wrestle. I like how he wrestles. and every week when I go to say his name, I freak out and I can't say it.
Say his name, Danny.
We got Mark Briscoe.
Say his name.
Takeshita? No.
Takeshita.
Takeshita. I can't say it. I don't know why. I can't
You know
say
what?
it by myself.
You know what, Danny? One week we're gonna do an episode where we do like Sesame Street. We just take the names in 2 parts, and we teach you like Takeshita.
We're gonna let
Okay.
people place
Sure.
bets of how
Sure.
many names I can say correctly before you teach me how to pronounce their names. So we'll just have like a list of 10, and out of the 10, how much can Danny say right? And
One day. We'll
the
get you.
fucked up part's gonna be all names that we say every week. It's not even gonna be like new names, and I'm still gonna get them wrong.
Oh
All right,
God.
so we got Takeshita versus Briscoe versus the scapegoat Jack Perry versus Dante Martin versus Leo Rush versus to be determined. I don't know who this to be determined character is gonna be.
I
feel
do.
like they're not gonna pronounce it. Oh, they're gonna announce it on Saturday. Cool.
No, they already announced the qualifier match for Rampage. So I can tell you the match. You can probably assume who's going to win it.
Gotcha.
So it's AR Fox versus El Phantasmo from New Japan.
Okay, so NFL Tasmo is gonna win it, and then
Again, I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you the match, which has
I
been
think-
officially made, and
I think
it's the
they're
last
gonna
qualifier.
give it to Takeshita.
Are you asking me, or are you saying it?
I said I think that's my pick is Takeshita. I'm just looking at all
Okay.
the other picks. Briscoe, I guess they can give it to, but like I feel like with all the work they've done for the TNT title, they want to try to like give it to a main event sort of wrestler. No offense to Briscoe. Jack Perry, I could see them giving it to Perry too. Really, it's just between Perry and Takeshita. I don't think they can give it to Dante. Leo Rush, they're not going to give it to. Phantasma, not going to give it to. So, do they give it to Perry and let the Elite have a bunch of titles, or do they give it to Takeshita? I'm going to go with Takeshita.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna go Jack Perry. It's the only one that makes sense.
Sometimes the obvious isn't always the best.
And I'll tell you, if you want to change your pick based on this news, I don't know if you knew this, but Takeshita's in the G1.
Take the TNT title, go to the G1.
So, just something to keep in mind. He's
I'm
the
probably gonna change it up.
AEW.
The thing is, like, I know Jack Perry makes the most sense. I know they're probably going.
Takeshita's the only one that can win it besides Perry.
That's-
And if he wasn't in the G1, I'd probably pick him. But I don't think he's gonna win the TNT title and then leave for 2 months to go to Japan again with the
I'm
belt.
probably gonna change that pick. But for now, let me feel good for the next 10 minutes. All right.
Fair enough.
Next match we have. You know what? Let's skip this one. Let's do that for our last match. Next one we have Statlander and Watanabe versus Willow Nightingale and Nakano. I don't know. Whichever one you say it. I'm gonna go with Willow and Nakano.
I'm gonna give you next time we do match recommendations. I'm gonna give you like a 10-man tag match from Japan,
Don't
and I'm
do
gonna
that.
make you like
Don't do that.
read the match off.
Don't do
Oh
that.
my god!
Don't do that.
So it's Watanabe and Nakano.
And Nakano?
Yeah, it's Momo Watanabe
Gotcha.
and I believe Tam Nakano. But yeah, give me Willow and Nakano as well.
Oh man, too funny. All right, Mariah May versus Saraya. I think here we
Yeah, this is an Owen Hart.
Mariah.
This is the Owen Hart first round match, and I think Mariah May's winning the whole thing. So give me Mariah.
All right. Second to last match, we have the Lucha Brothers and Mystico versus Lij.
Mystico.
I
Almost.
do like the the background they gave of Lij when they were talking about them last night, because it did make it like a little more intriguing to know that they are part of like the other faction, and they're like the kind of the spinoff, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
With that being said, I think I'm gonna go with Lij.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe someone different gets a win here. I feel like everyone's gonna expect the Lucha Brothers and Mystico.
Yeah, I'm going Lucha Brothers and Mystico. This is trying to think of a good comparison. Right? This is like if TNA and WWE like 20 years ago made an agreement, and then all of a sudden it was the Motor City Machine Guns and John Cena teaming up, like for Lucha Bros and Mystico. Like this is a huge deal. They've never teamed up before. Like Mystic, yeah, I'd be shocked if they lose.
Interesting.
So.
All right. And then the main event, which
Also, it's Lucha.
no, it's
for my pick.
Luch. Just the Luch Bros. Main event: Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, world title match. Will Ospreay has potential to, correct me if I'm wrong, be the first AEW double champion. So 2 AEW belts. Correct?
2 AEW belts at the same time? No, I don't think so.
Who else held 2 AEW belts at the same time?
I don't know. I'm blanking right now, but I feel like somebody's done it. Either way.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they have. So if they haven't, he'd be the first one to do it. I don't know where they go with this, man. This is... We were talking about this for weeks of, like, how do you book this match?
So we can keep going, but I just remembered we forgot a match on here. You forgot the Elite versus Tanahashi and the Acclaimed. But I don't know if you want to do that first. I don't know if you want to pick that one first or just do the main event since we're on it. But
We can do the main event since we're on it.
Okay. Sorry. So continue.
Yeah. No. I mean, no. That was the question. Where do we go here? How do you book this without like, messing up both of them?
Yeah. I mean, I think Swerve's winning. I don't think they're gonna put it on Will here. Could I see it? Yeah, sure. That's the beauty in wrestling. Is like I really don't think he's gonna win it, but he could, and that's what's gonna make the match so fucking crazy. But I almost feel like everyone's assuming Trent or the Callis or Don Callis is gonna interfere or somehow mess it up for Will. That's the easy way. My more deeper conspiracy theory way is that I think Adam Page comes back and plays into the finish because I think what's going to happen is I think Adam Page is the wild card, especially after what the Bucks said last night, where they basically said that the wild card's their guy to win the world title at Wembley. So I think Page is going to come back and screw Ospreay in some way to help Swerve retain because Page wants to take it from Swerve at Wembley specifically.
Oh yeah,
And
that makes sense. That makes sense.
And I think they're going with Ospreay MJF at Wembley at this point with the way things are panning out, and I don't think that's going to be for the title, at least for the world title. So yeah, I think Swerve retains because of Adam Page, but Callis families or Trent are probably the more likely finish.
No, I agree. I think Swerve retains too. I just wasn't sure if Swerve retains because the Callis family is the one who kind of turns their back on Ospreay, if that's the moment. Because honestly, if that's the case, that's fine. But I feel like even though they've planted the seeds, they haven't done enough recently to like make that work. Like last night, there was no mention. There was no like weird segment or anything like that. Last week there was, I believe, something on Wednesday, but nothing on Saturday. So like, it's
so there is something on Collision. There is something on Collision, nothing groundbreaking, but there is a segment involving like
Okay,
this
so
main
that
event.
so
I
then that
mean,
might lead to it a little bit more. So that makes
maybe
sense.
there'll be more there seeds wise, but yeah, honestly, like I like Swerve, but for Osprey being who he's been this year, if Swerve beats Osprey clean, I'll be stunned.
Yeah, no, I'd be surprised also.
Yeah,
So
that'd be huge.
no,
But
I
we'll
agree.
see.
I think Swerve and I think just Swerve wins the championship there. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, and then what match did we miss? You said.
So we have the Elite, which are the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada, versus Scissor Ace, aka the acclaimed of Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. And I am fucking hyped for this because never seen Okada, never seen Tanahashi, and it'll be a little innocent 6-man tag, but I think it's gonna be a fun as hell, like 10, 15 minutes. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But I think the Elite win here.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at how to spell his name. Tanahashi.
It's okay.
Got it.
Also, while you're doing it, I will say, like, for what it's worth, like, I still feel a little let down by Okada. Like, ever since like he's been here, like I know he's just doing like his role, but it's gotten to the point now where you can tell they're just relying on him coming out and saying the word bitch and getting the pop. And I'm like, I don't like what it is, but
Yeah, they're
whatever.
not letting
That's
him
just
be like a badass, which is kind of how he first came in. So that's why I was like hyped with what he was doing. But then
I don't mind the character. I think it's just the doing the bitch thing every week. It's such a I think of it just like a lame WWE thing where you force a thing to get over. And it's
well,
like,
yeah, they're just
whatever.
trying to milk it for all it's worth, and if people keep laughing at it, they're gonna keep saying it every week, pretty much kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's silly. I agree.
Yep.
So yeah, so I think the lead also will get Matt's pick over the following week. I'll probably change one or two of my picks as well over the following week. But we'll see
Yeah,
how we go going into this weekend.
Yeah, let me see. I feel pretty good with mine. I think the only one I would probably change would be the learning tree tag.
Yeah, it depends
That's-
on how it plays out. And we'll have until
Yeah.
like 7 p.m. on Sunday for all of you asking at home.
Wait, what?
I said we'll have until 7 p.m. Sunday to change, if
Oh.
anyone was wondering.
Yeah. Before the 0 hour starts.
Yeah.
So 6:30.
Is there anything WWE or AEW this week that you would like to mention before we wrap it up?
Yeah. So well, first off, turns out Buddy's not hurt.
Yes.
So that's good news. Congratulations, him and Rhea Ripley are officially married. They have tied the knot. I'm not share that screen. So congratulations to them. Sorry, Danny, for your loss of your mommy.
One day.
Sure. Dijak released, well, not released. His contract is ending tomorrow, and he posted a letter this morning that they did not even try to negotiate with him. They
Very strange with how they pushed
didn't
it,
even
too.
bother. Honestly, huge loss for them.
I agree.
He's a great talent. I've loved him even before NXT. In Ring of Honor, he was awesome. I don't think it would happen because I can't see where it would really fit in, but he could show up at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, but
mean-
we keep saying how stacked AEW is. I really don't see a spot for him. Where are you going to put him?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, it's not a 90 days thing. He can literally show up, but do I think he will? No. Eventually, yes, but I don't think it'll be this Sunday. But I have noticed, apparently, Natalia, has removed all mentions of WWE from her socials. And a lot of people think that her contract is ending, and it's kind of the same deal as Dijak, where they're just not even negotiating.
Yeah,
so
but Natty's not a real loss. Like I hate to say it, she's a good wrestler, but like they don't push her anymore. She doesn't really do much. Like
No, I agree, but she's another example of like one of those lifers. I mean, she's been there since what, like 07, 06?
yeah, she's been there for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, a long time. So that's a little bit of a surprise if they do that. And the last thing I wanted to bring up was I noticed the newest Samoan of the week has showed up. I believe his name is Hawk Tua.
Nope.
Right, is that
nope.
I believe that's their name.
Nope. Jacob
Um,
Fatu.
Oh, Jacob Fatu. Sorry, I had the wrong page.
You
Opened up. My
killed
bad.
Keverlast on that one.
Uh, sorry, Pookie. Um, yeah. So another Samoan to add to this freaking storyline, man. I am.
So what's weird though, and I will mention this because apparently I have friends who watch wrestling once in a while that just text me and I didn't know. So two of these like not weekly watchers are hyped about Jacob Fatu. Like they both text me Friday and they're like, "Did you see that? That's crazy. He looks like a beast." Yada yada yada. So it's working for the non diehards. It looks like they're doing what they want to do.
Good for the casuals. I'm just saying, like, you know, I can't take any more Samoans. Like,
I mean,
like
they're
if I
building
need
up
to,
the Civil War, bro. You need a bunch of Samoans for a war.
like, my guy Rikishi, just pull out once in a while. Like, please stop, end it, end the seeds,
Uh, I don't
stop
know. I don't
things,
think they're all Rikishi's kids.
all of them.
I don't think that's how it
They're
works.
all- but like, it's just, like there's apparently still like 7 more out there. I'm not even exaggerating.
Well, like
And like,
Keverlast says, once Roman Reigns comes back with his epic return, then we're gonna be fine. All is gonna be right with the world.
I swear to God,
What do you swear?
if he comes back
He's coming back.
and he's only here like once every 3 months,
It's gonna be the same
fuck,
thing. He's not
fuck everything.
He's not coming back on a weekly basis.
Like, fuck everything, man. How can you tell a coherent story like this? Like, it's just,
If you see him more than twice a month, I'd be shocked.
oh God Almighty. I just like, if I need to see one more fat barefoot Samoan wrestler in the ring with a Toa Leona Tonga Loa Via Mamma Mia fucking Hawk Tua, like I'm done. No more.
Oh my god.
Too many. There's too fucking many. And most of them suck. I'm sorry. Like apparently Jacob Fatu is really good. I haven't seen his stuff. I can't comment on it.
He
but like
looked like a monster on Friday. I'll give him credit.
I'll be
That's
willing
a
to
big boy
give
that
it like,
jumped off a turnbuckle and put Cody Rhodes through an announce table. That's impressive.
yeah, what else is new? I'll be willing to give it a chance once I see him wrestle a little bit. But it's like Solo Sikoa sucks, Tamatanga sucks, Toa Leona sucks. Freaking the Usos are mid. Like show me a one good Samoan besides Roman these days. I'm not talking about Rock and all them. Like, just God, man, it's so just exhausting. I'm not even watching, and I see the clips of this Samoan return, this Samoan debut, and I'm like, oh my God.
What do you
Enough.
hate about Raw? Did you see the Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas interview?
I did, and like,
I hated it.
I'm sorry, it's gross. I don't like
agree.
it. Everyone, like, and what are they gonna do? That they're gonna do that video for the next 6 weeks now for different members.
The whole thing
String this
is
along.
supposed to be like a tribute to Bray. I don't need to hear like it almost, and I don't know if you saw it back then. It almost reminds me of the Martha Hart interview. Like after Owen died and like how that was like rushed and like that was like even though this was more produced, it's like I get it, your brother died and all this stuff, but like this isn't the format for that. Like the way you're kind of exploiting it, just do that. You could have done that better.
It's just funny because it's like, oh, by us saying we're not exploiting it means we're not exploiting it now, and it's like, no, like you don't just get to say that and like that's it. Oh, they said they're not exploiting, so clearly they're not. No,
so stupid.
Like,
we also have new WWE World Tag Team Champions coming out of Raw because of the new mommy, Liv Morgan, who is now controlling, it seems like, Judgment Day, and got them not only a title match, but got them the win. And a lot of people online have pointed out that Liv is doing stuff that Rhea never did, which is actually help them get the wins instead of just telling them to get the wins. So some people think she's a better mommy. No.
Ah!
No.
I don't even know, man. Like they're freaking sitting around eating chicken nuggets, man. Like what the fuck are we doing? Like
Winning chicken nuggets and eating some tag titles, bro. Which is
I don't know.
wait, is that
And
chicken
listen,
nuggets comment about Dom?
but yeah, he's eating like a whole tray of fucking chicken nuggies. Like
Did you see that? Is that? I always mix when I see things online or if you guys send it to me. Were you guys sending me the interview where it said that he only eats chicken nuggets like on restaurants?
no, I didn't.
Oh
say
my
that.
god, there was an interview with Damian Priest where he was saying like when they go out, if the restaurant doesn't have chicken nuggets, they have to go somewhere else because that's all Dom will eat at the fucking restaurants or chicken nuggets or chicken tenders or whatever.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know, and listen, I mean, I'm I don't really care. I haven't seen it enough to like speak to it, but apparently some people were really criticizing the segment that they did where Liv sent like nudes to Dom and Dom was showing them to everybody.
Oh god, it's so.
Did you see the?
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was.
I didn't see the segment. I heard about it. I
Out
didn't
of
see it.
curiosity, what? How are they? How are they saying it? Like, how are they
Oh,
making it a problem?
what they're saying is the ball's on WWE to do this when there's a lawsuit against them, which is basically like what Vince did with the girl suing. Like the girl sending Vince nudes and Vince showing them, like, and then Liv sending nudes. Like they were kind of doing this exact lawsuit like on TV.
So
Again, I didn't see the
so
segment.
the way they
but from
got
what I was-
around it was like so she sent him the nudes, but he was surprised, and they were kind of looking at the phone when he got
Okay.
them. So it's not like he was like, "Hey guys, look what I got," and like showing it to everyone. It was like, "Oh,"
Okay.
and like, "Oh, like look what she sent me," and then they put the phone away right away. They're like, "Oh, well, like you got to stop this." So it wasn't that he was like excited about it and showing it off. He was like,
Okay, all right. See that
like, what the
that's
fuck do I
good
do?
context to know because again, I didn't watch the segment.
Yeah.
I was just
So
going
that's what I'm
off
saying. Like
people
the
were-
fact that they're trying to make it seem
saying,
like I get that argument though, where WWE has the balls to like do some shit like that. I thought they were making it like a whole like, oh, you got to be more respectful of women's rights. Like that's not what that was. But that
Yeah, man, let women be
argument does make
sexy, man.
sense.
Okay, Liv want to send some coochie and titties to Dom. Let her cook, man.
The
Let her go.
last thing I will bring up
Ooh,
before we
Let's
sign
go.
off, something
go.
remarkable happened
uh-oh.
last week when the
Uh-oh.
Wyatts debuted. They killed
Oh.
people.
Nah, Chad Gable's
This
alive,
week,
man.
Chad Gable not only was alive and kicking, Chad
didn't
Gable
get shot.
won. He refused to talk about what happened.
He didn't get shot, man. He just blood fell the weird
Bro,
spot.
he had a
that's all.
hole in his head. What do you mean?
Nah, show me the hole. No. Nah, he lives.
What they did do, since you weren't watching though, was they finally advanced the Creed brothers story with Chad Gable, where after he won his match, he went to the back to be like, hey, after last week, my whole life flashed before my eyes, and I realized what was important to me, and I love you guys, yada, yada, yada. Otis said pretty much like, fuck off, you hurt the family, so go away.
Right.
And then as they went back into the locker room, the only weird part, and this I didn't like, because I don't know how much of the breakup you watched, but for a lot of it, it was Maxine stepping up to Chad and like defiance and being like the rebellious one, so to speak. Out of the
Now it's
three of
all
them.
Otis.
No. And then when they did this segment last night, Otis pretty much like said like fuck off, turned him down, went inside with Tozawa, and then Maxine was like trying to be the peacemaker and be like, he's going through a lot. Let me talk to him and like see. She's like, I'm glad you're okay, and we were all concerned, blah blah. Like I understand the whole I'm glad you're okay and we're concerned bit, but now you're going the other side and be like, I'll help you get back into the group, even though I was the one first fighting you in defiance of how you were treating us, yada yada yada. But now that you're a changed person, I'll help you get like I'm not too crazy about that. Just my personal opinion. But after she left, he turned around. The Creed brothers showed up, and he was like, I need some help from somebody. I need someone to help me, and then it went to black. So the Creed brothers...
Well, none of it's going to matter anymore because Braun Breaker's going to win the IC title next week.
It is true.
It
is true. And then, supposedly that triple threat, I don't know if you saw the triple threat with Sheamus and... Oh, my God. Braun Breaker... No. Isn't that the triple threat? Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and someone else?
Talk about next week or the one that happened?
No. Next week there's a triple threat. Oh, sorry.
Isn't it
Drew
Sheamus,
McIntyre.
Ilya, and Drew?
Drew, yeah. That match
Oh
supposedly.
yeah, hold on, what the fuck? Didn't he quit?
Oh, it was fake.
He quit last.
Oh, you didn't
It was a
see
fake quit?
SmackDown?
No, I don't watch
No, but
anymore.
I'm saying you didn't see the clips of SmackDown?
No.
Bro, what? I figured you would have seen this clip because of CM Punk. Okay, so CM Punk
No.
returned to SmackDown, right?
Okay.
CM Punk returned to SmackDown. Him and Heyman had a really nice opening where they even Kevin Last said you missed a good Punk segment. So him and Heyman had like a really nice opening, a really good embrace, and then Heyman was like, "Listen, these crazy Samoans are here. You gotta get the fuck out of here before you get healthy. They're gonna come in like they don't play by the rules." He's like, "So I have two favors. One, get out of here." Bloodline shows up, and then CM Punk's like, "Paul, what's the second favor?" He's like, "Please take me with you," which I found hilarious.
All right.
So
all right.
he leaves, no interaction between them. Then backstage, there's a thing going on between Waller and Theory with Ciampa and Gargano. As that interaction's happening behind the gate, where like the cars come in, like the big metal gate that they always use, you just see like someone being like pretty much slammed into it. They open the gate. Punk is bloody as shit. Drew McIntyre's just standing over him, just beat the shit out of him, dragged him out, like bloody mess in Chicago. It was a really, really good segment. So it was all just like Drew McIntyre saying like, I got one over on you. Like I tricked you. You thought I quit and I didn't quit. And I beat the shit out of you.
He actually said that though. Like you thought I quit, like that whole thing. Or
Not those words, but then on Raw. So then on Raw, he comes back. He's demanding a match from Pierce, and Pierce is like, "I don't know why you're demanding a match. You quit last week." And he's like, "Clearly you can't tell when someone's being sarcastic or something like that." He's like, "Obviously it was just all a ploy. I demand a match. I demand to be in the Money in the Bank."
All right. As long as he said it and like cleared it up, because I was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Why is he back?" Like,
Yeah. So that's all
didn't even
cleared
go 1
up.
week.
He beat. You should really at least just watch the Punk segment. It was pretty good. Very little.
Did Punk
solo
say he was
talk.
cleared? Did Punk say he was cleared?
Not
or no?
cleared yet. Almost cleared. That's why they didn't show Drew actually beating him up. They had it.
Okay.
They had the gate closed, and then he opened, and he was already bloody and laying on the floor and stuff.
All right.
So good segment. I brought up the Sheamus McIntyre thing though because supposedly in the Braun Breaker Ludwig Kaiser match, Kaiser got actually injured because he was supposed to be in that triple threat next week. So I don't know exactly where he got injured, but this kind of goes with the reports that Braun Breaker is like a stiff worker. So I'm very curious to
he's
see
a
if like
freaking
that's a thing that
Pitbull.
affects him going forward. He's like a Goldberg kind of wrestler, which is dangerous.
Well, I mean, I can go and look if you don't know, but like, has he lost yet on the main roster?
Braun, I don't think so.
Like,
But also, I don't think he's had a lot of matches. He is a Steiner, says Kevin Last.
Yeah, he's.
It's very true.
I mean, if he's undefeated going into Money in the Bank, I mean, against Sammy, it's tough. I don't know.
I know.
We'll
see. We'll see.
Yeah, well, there's also they're in Toronto, right? So it's
Nice to
Sammy's
catch
like
you up.
hometown.
I don't know. I
We'll
would.
see.
I
We'll
would
be
like to
predicting-
see a young guy with the IC belt though. We haven't seen that in a while, like the workhorse kind of guy, because that just hopefully kind of puts him on TV every week and wrestling every week and stuff. But we'll see how that goes. Who knows? But no, nice to catch you up. I forget that you did. I'm like I said, I'm very surprised. At least social media wise, you didn't see the Punk stuff that was like everywhere. So
Well, you have to remember, ever since Punk got
that's right.
Yeah.
You took.
I muted. I still love Punk, but for my own sanity, I had to mute those
That's
words.
So
I only see what like trends. That's it. I don't go looking. So if
Yeah.
it pops up, I'll be like, okay.
that's great.
But
All right. Well, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, next week is up in the air with 4th of July. We do not know what we're doing. Keep on the lookout. We'll let you know. We'll keep you updated. With that being said, have a happy 4th of July. Please enjoy Forbidden Door this weekend. We will, because we will be there. And next time we are on the show, we'll give you a little update and tell you how our experience was. But besides that, have a great 4th of July. Same time. Don't know, same place. We'll see. See you guys later.
be at Forbidden Door, but I won't be at the media scrum. I'll be here next time.